Chapter 42. Crawford sat in the back row of the jury box, eating red-skinned peanuts while Graham closed the courtroom blinds. "You'll have the profile for me this late afternoon, I take it," Crawford said. "You told me Tuesday. This is Tuesday." "I'll finish it. I want to watch this first." Graham opened the express envelope from Byron Metcalf and dumped out the contents, 2 dusty rolls of home movie film, each in a plastic sandwich bag. "Is Metcalf pressing charges against Niles Jacoby?" "Not for theft. He'll probably inherit anyway, he and the Jacoby's brother," Graham said. "On the hash, I don't know. Birmingham DA's inclined to break his chops." "Good," Crawford said. The movie screen swung down from the courtroom ceiling to face the jury box, an arrangement which made it easy to show jurors filmed evidence. Graham threaded the projector. "I'm checking the newsstands for the Tooth Fairy could have gotten a tattler so fast. I have reports back from Cincinnati, Detroit, a bunch from Chicago," Crawford said. "Various weirdos to run down." Graham started the film. It was a fishing movie. The Jacoby children hunkered in the bank of a pond with cane poles and bobbers. Graham tried not to think of them in their small boxes in the ground. He tried to think of them just fishing. The girl's cork bobbed and disappeared. She had a bite. Crawford cackled at his peanut snack. "Indianapolis is dragging us on questioning newsies and checking the Servco Supreme stations," he said. "Do you want to watch this or what?" Graham said. Crawford was silent until the end of the 2-minute film. "Terrific, she caught a perch," he said. "Now the profile. Jack, you were in Birmingham right after it happened. I didn't get there for a month. You saw the house while it was still their house. I didn't. It was stripped and remodeled when I got there. Now for Christ's sakes, let me look at these people and I'll finish the profile." He started the second film. A birthday party appeared on the screen in the courtroom. The Jacobys were seated around the dining table. They were singing. Graham lip read, "Happy birthday to you." 11-year-old Donald Jacoby faced the camera. He was seated at the end of the table with the cake in front of him. The candles reflected in his glasses. Around the corner of the table, his brother and sister were side by side watching him as he blew out the candles. Graham shifted in his seat. Mrs. Jacoby looked over, her dark hair swinging, to catch the cat and dump it off the table. Now Mrs. Jacoby brought a large envelope to her son. A long ribbon trailed from it. Donald Jacoby opened the envelope and took out a big birthday card. He looked up at the camera and turned the card around. It said, "Happy birthday, follow the ribbon." Bouncing progress as the camera followed the procession to the kitchen, a door there, fastened with a hook. Down the basement stairs, Donald first, then the others, following the ribbon down the steps. The end of the ribbon was tied around the handlebars of a 10-speed bicycle. Graham wondered why they hadn't given him the bike outdoors. A jumpy cut to the next scene, and his question was answered. Outdoors now, and clearly it had been raining hard. Water stood in the yard. The house looked different. Realtor Jehan had changed the color when he did it over after the murders. The outside basement door opened, and Mr. Jacoby emerged carrying the bicycle. This was the first view of him in the movie. A breeze lifted the hair combed across his bald spot. He set the bicycle ceremoniously on the ground. The film ended with Donald's cautious first ride. "Sad damn thing," Crawford said. "We already knew that." Graham started the birthday film over. Crawford shook his head and began to read something from his briefcase with the aid of a pen light. On the screen, Mr. Jacoby brought the bicycle out of the basement. The basement door swung closed behind him. A padlock hung from it. Graham froze the frame. There. That's what he wanted the bolt cutter for, Jack. To cut that padlock and go in through the basement. Why didn't he go in that way? Crawford clicked off his pen light and looked over his glasses at the screen. "What's that?" "I know he had a bolt cutter. He used it to trim that branch out of his way when he was watching from the woods. Why didn't he use it and go in through the basement door?" "He couldn't." With a small crocodile smile, Crawford waited. He loved to catch people on assumptions. "Did he try? Did he mark it up? I never saw that door. Gian had put in a steel one with deadbolts by the time I got there." Crawford opened his jaws. "You assumed Gian put it in. Gian didn't put it in. The steel door was there when they were killed. Jacoby must have put it in. He was a Detroit guy. He'd favor deadbolts." "When did Jacoby put it in?" "I don't know. Obviously after the kid's birthday." "When was that?" "Helping the autopsy if you got it here." His birthday was April 14th, a Monday. Graham said, staring at the screen, his chin in his hand. I want to know when Jacoby changed the door. Crawford's scalp wrinkled. It smoothed out again as he saw the point. You think the Tooth Fairy cased the Jacoby house while the old door with the padlock was still there, he said. He brought a bolt cutter, didn't he? How do you break in someplace with a bolt cutter? Graham said. You cut padlocks, bars, or chain. Jacoby didn't have bars or chain gates, did he? No. Then he went there expecting a padlock. A bolt cutter is fairly heavy and it's long. He was moving in daylight, and from where he parked, he had to hike a long way to the Jacoby house. For all he knew, he might be coming back in one hell of a hurry if something went wrong. He wouldn't have carried a bolt cutter unless he knew he'd need it. He was expecting a padlock. You figure he cased the place before Jacoby changed the door? Then he shows up to kill him, waits in the woods. You can't see the side of the house from the woods. Crawford nodded. He waits in the woods. They go to bed and he moves in with the deadbolt cutter and finds the new door with deadbolts. Say he finds a new door. He had it all worked out, now this, Graham said, throwing up his hands. He's really pissed off, frustrated. He's hot to get in there, so he does a fast, loud pry job on the patio door. It was messy the way he went in. He woke Jacoby up and had to blow him away on the stairs. That's not like the dragon. He's not messy that way. He's careful and he leaves nothing behind. He did a neat job at the leeches going in. Okay, all right, Crawford said. If we find out when Jacoby changed the door, maybe we'll establish the interval between when he cased it and when he killed them. Minimum time elapsed anyway. That seems to be like a useful thing to know. Maybe we'll match some interval the Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau could show us. You can check car rentals again. This time we'll do vans too. I'll have a word with the Birmingham field office. Crawford's word must have been emphatic. In 40 minutes flat, a Birmingham FBI agent with realtor Guillen was in tow and shouting to a carpenter working in the rafters of a new house. The carpenter's information was relayed in a radio patch to Chicago. Last week in April, Crawford said, putting down the telephone. That's when they put in a new door. I got this 2 months before Jacoby's were hit. Why would he case it 2 months in advance? I don't know, but I promise you he saw Mrs. Jacoby or saw the whole family before he checked out their house. Unless he followed them down there from Detroit. He spotted Mrs. Jacoby sometime between April 10th, when they moved to Birmingham, and the end of April, when the door was changed. Sometime in that period he was in Birmingham. The Bureau's going with it down there too. Cops too, Crawford said. Tell me this, how do you know there was an inside door from the basement into the house? You can't count on that, not in the South. He saw the inside of the house, no question. Has your buddy Metcalf got the Jacoby bank statements? I'm sure he does. Let's see what service calls they paid for in between April 10th and the end of the month. I know the service calls have been checked for a couple of weeks back from the killings, but maybe we weren't looking back far enough. Same for the Leedses. We always figured he looked around inside the Leeds house, Graham said. From the alley he couldn't have seen the glass in the kitchen door. There's a lattice porch back there, but he was ready with the glass cutter, and they didn't have any service calls for 3 months before they were killed. If he's casing this far ahead, maybe we didn't check back far enough. We will now. At the Leeds, though, when he was in the alley reading meters behind the Leeds house 2 days before he killed them, maybe he saw them going in the house. He could have looked in there while the porch was open. No, the doors don't line up, remember? Look here. Graham threaded the projector to the Leeds home movies. The Leeds' gray Scotty perked up his ears and ran to the kitchen door. Valerie Leeds and the children came in carrying groceries. Through the kitchen door, nothing but lattice was visible. Alright, you want to get Byron Metcalf busy on the bank statement for April? Any kind of service call or purchase that door-to-door salesman might handle. No, I'll do that while you wind up the profile. Have you got the Metcalf's number? Seeing the Leeds' preoccupied Graham, absently he told Crawford 3 numbers for Byron Metcalf. He ran the films again while Crawford used the phone in the jury room. The Leeds film first. There's the Leeds dog. He wore no collar and the neighborhood was full of dogs, but the dragon knew which dog was theirs. Here was Valerie Leeds. The side of her tugged at Graham. There was the door behind her, vulnerable with its big glass pane. Her children played in the courtroom screen. Graham had never felt as close to the Jacobys as he did to the Leedses. Their movie disturbed him now. It bothered him that he had thought of the Jacobys as chalk marks on a bloody floor. There were the Jacobys' children, ranged around the corner of the table, the birthday candles flickering on their faces. For a flash, Graham saw the blob of candle wax on the Jacoby's bedside table, the bloodstains around the corner of the bedroom at the Leeds'. Something. Crawford was coming back. Metcalf said to ask you. Don't talk to me. Crawford wasn't offended. He waited stock still, and his little eyes grew narrow and bright. The film ran on, its lights and shadows playing over Graham's face. There was the Jacoby's cat. The dragon knew it was the Jacoby's cat. There was the inside basement door. There was the outside basement door that's padlocked. The dragon had brought a bolt cutter. The film ended. Finally, it came off the reel, and the end flapped around and around. Everything the dragon needed to know was on the two films. They hadn't been shown in public. There wasn't any film club, film festa. Graham looked at the familiar green box the Leeds movie came in. Their name and address were on it, and the Gateway Film Laboratory, St. Louis, Missouri, 63102. His mind retrieved St. Louis just as it would retrieve any telephone number he had ever seen. What about St. Louis? It was one of the places where the Tatler was available on Monday night, the same day it was printed, the day before Lowndes was abducted. Oh me, Graham said. Oh Jesus. He clamped his hands on the side of his head to keep the thought from getting away. Do you still have Metcalf on the phone? Crawford handed him the receiver. Byron, it's Graham. Listen to those reels of Jacoby film you sent. Were they in any containers? Sure, I know you wouldn't have sent them along. I need help bad on something. Do you have the Jacoby bank statements there? Okay, I want to know where they got the movie film developed. Probably a store sent it off for them. If there were any checks to pharmacies or camera stores, we can find out where they did business. It's urgent, Byron. I'll tell you about it the first chance. Birmingham FBI will start now checking the stores. If you find something, shoot it straight to them, then to us. Will you do that? Great. What? No, I will not introduce you to Hot Lips. Birmingham FBI agents checked 4 camera stores before they found one the Jacobys traded. The manager said all customers' film was sent to one place for processing. Crawford had watched the films 12 times before Birmingham called back. He took the message. Curiously formal, he held out his hand to Graham. It's Gateway, he said. Chapter 43. Crawford was stirring an Alka-Seltzer in a plastic glass when the stewardess's voice came over the 727's public address system. Passenger Crawford, please. When he waved from his aisle seat, she came aft to him. Mr. Crawford, would you go to the cockpit, please? Crawford was gone for 4 minutes. He slid back into the seat beside Graham. Tooth Fairy was in New York today. Graham winced. His teeth clicked together. I just tapped a couple of women on the head at the Brooklyn Museum, and listen to this. He ate a painting. He did. The art squad in New York snapped to it when they found out what he ate. They got 2 partial prints off the plastic pass he used, and they flashed them down the price a little while ago. For Price put them together on the screen. He rang the cherries. No ID, but the same thumb that was on the Leeds kid's eyes. New York, Graham said. Means nothing. He was in New York today. He could still work at Gateway. If he does, he's off the job today. Makes it easier. What did he eat? It was a thing called the Great Red Dragon and the Woman Clothed with the Sun. William Blake drew it, they said. What about the women? They got a sweet touch with a sap. Younger one's just out of the hospital for observation. The older one had to have 4 stitches, mild concussion. Could they give a description? The younger one did. White, husky, dark mustache and hair, a wig, I think. The guard at the door said the same thing. The older woman, he could have been in a rabbit suit for all she saw. But he didn't kill anybody. Odd, Crawford said. He had a better off of waxing both. He could have been sure of his lead time leaving and saved himself a prescription or 2. Behavioral science called Bloom at the hospital about it. You know what he said? Bloom said maybe he's trying to stop. Chapter 44. Dollahide heard the flaps moan down. The lights of St. Louis wheeled slowly beneath the black wing. Under his feet, the landing gear rumbled into a rush of air and locked down with a thud. He rolled his head on his shoulders to ease the stiffness in his powerful neck. Coming home. He had taken a great risk, and the prize he brought back was the power to choose. He could choose to have Reba McClane alive. He could have her to talk to, and he could have her startling and harmless mobility in his bed. He did not have to dread his house. He had the dragon in his belly now. He could go into his house, walk up to a copy of the dragon on the wall, and wad him up if he wanted to. He did not have to worry about feeling love for Reba. If he felt love for her, He could toss the Shermans to the Dragon and ease it that way, go back to Reba calm and easy, and treat her well. From the terminal, Dolarhyde telephoned her apartment. Not home yet. He tried Bader Chemical. The nightline was busy. He thought of Reba walking toward the bus stop after work, tapping along her cane, her raincoat over her shoulders. He drove to the film laboratory through the light evening traffic in less than 15 minutes. She wasn't at the bus stop. He parked on the street behind Bader Chemical, near the entrance closest to the darkrooms. He'd tell her he was there, wait until she had finished working, and drive her home. He was proud of his new power to choose. He wanted to use it. There were things he could catch up on in his office while he waited. Only a few lights were on at Bader Chemical. Reba's darkroom was locked. The light above the door was neither red nor green. It was off. He pressed the buzzer. No response. Maybe she had left a message in his office. He heard footsteps in the corridor. The Bader supervisor, Dandridge, passed the darkroom area and never looked up. He was walking fast and carrying a thick bundle of buff personnel files under his arm. A small crease appeared in Dolarhyde's forehead. Dandridge was halfway across the parking lot, heading for the Gateway building, when Dolarhyde came out of Bader behind him. 2 delivery vans and half a dozen cars were on the lot. That Buick belonged to Fisk, Gateway's personnel director. What were they doing? There was no night shift at Gateway. Much of the building was dark. Dolarhyde could see by the red exit signs in the corridor as he went towards his office. The lights were on behind the frosted glass door of the personnel department. Dolarhyde heard voices in there. Dandridge's for one, and Fisk's. A woman's footsteps coming. Fisk's secretary turned the corner into the corridor ahead of Dolarhyde. She had a red scarf tied over her curlers, and she carried ledgers from accounting. She was in a hurry. The ledgers were heavy, a big armload. She pecked on Fisk's office door with her toe. Will Graham opened it for her. Dolarhyde froze in the dark hall. His gun was in his van. The office door closed again. Dolarhyde moved fast, his running shoes quiet on the smooth floor. He put his face close to the glass of the exit door and scanned the parking lot. Movement now under the floodlights. A man moving. He was beside one of the delivery vans and he had a flashlight, flicking something. He was dusting the outside mirror for fingerprints. Behind Dolarhyde, somewhere in the corridors, a man was walking. Get away from the door. He ducked around the corner and down the stairs to the basement and the furnace room on the opposite side of the building. By standing on a workbench, he could reach the high windows that opened at ground level behind the shrubbery. He rolled over the sill and came upon his hands and knees in the bushes, ready to run or fight. Nothing moved on this side of the building. He stood up, put a hand in his pocket and strolled across the street, running when the sidewalk was dark, walking as cars went by. He made a long loop around Gateway and Bader Chemical. His van stood at the curb behind Bader. There was no place to hide to close it. All right. He sprinted across the street and leaped in, clawing at his valise. Full clip in the automatic. He jacked around into the chamber and laid the pistol on the console, covering it with a t-shirt. Slowly, he drove away. Don't catch the red light. Slowly around the corner and into the scattered traffic. He had to think now, and it was hard to think. It had to be the films. Graham knew about the films somehow. Graham knew where. He didn't know who. If he knew who, he would need personnel records. Why accounting records, too? Absences, that's why. Match absences against the dates when the Dragon struck. No, those are Saturdays, except for Lowndes. Absences on the days before those Saturdays. He'd look for those. Fool him there. No workman's compensation slips were kept for management. Dolarhyde drove slowly up Lindbergh Boulevard, gesturing with his free hand as he ticked off the points. They were looking for fingertip prints. He'd given them no chance for fingerprints, except maybe on the plastic pass at the Brooklyn Museum. He picked it up in a hurry, mostly by the edges. They must have a print. Why fingerprint if they didn't have something to match it to? They were checking that van for prints. No time to see if they were checking cars, too. A van, carrying the wheelchair with Lowndes in it, that tipped them. Or maybe somebody in Chicago saw the van. There are lots of vans at Gateway. Private vans, delivery vans. No. Graham just knew he had a van. Graham knew because he knew. Graham knew. Graham knew. The son of a bitch was a monster. They'd fingerprint everyone at Gateway and Bader, too. If they didn't spot him tonight, they'd do it tomorrow. They had to run forever with his face on every bulletin board and every post office and police station. It was all coming to pieces. He was puny and small before them. Reba, he said loud. Reba couldn't save him now. They were closing in on him, and he was nothing but a puny harlot. Are you sorry that you betrayed me? The dragon's voice rumbled from deep within him, deep as it shredded the painting in his bowels. I just wanted to choose. You called me. Give me what I want and I'll save you. No, I'll run. Give me what I want and you'll hear Graham's spine snap. No, I admire what you did today. We're close now. We can be one again. Do you feel me inside you? You do, don't you? Yes. And you know that I can save you. You know they'll send you to a place worse than brother buddies. Give me what I want and you'll be free. No, they'll kill you. They'll jerk you on the ground. No. When you're gone, she'll go for other people. No, shut up. She'll go with other people, pretty people. She'll put their, stop it, shut up. Slow down, and I won't say it. Dollahide's foot lifted on the accelerator. That's good. Give me what I want, and it can't happen. Give it to me, and then I'll always let you choose. You can always choose, and you'll speak well. I want you to speak well. Slow down. That's right. See the service station? Pull over there, and let me talk to you. Chapter 45. Graham came out of the office suite and rested his eyes for a moment in the dim hallway. He was restive, uneasy. This was taking too long. Crawford was sifting the 380 gateway and Bader employees as fast and as well as it could be done. The man was a marvel at this kind of job, but time was passing and secrecy could be maintained only so long. Crawford had kept the working group at Gateway to a minimum. We want to find him, not spook him, Crawford had told them. If we can spot him tonight, we can take him outside the plant, maybe at his house or on the lot. The St. Louis Police Department was cooperating. Lieutenant Fogel of St. Louis Homicide and one sergeant came quietly in an unmarked car, bringing a data fax. Wired to a Gateway telephone, in minutes, the data fax was transmitting the employment rolls simultaneously to the FBI Identification Section in Washington and the Missouri Department of Motor Vehicles. In Washington, the names would be checked against both civil and criminal fingerprint records. Name of Bader employees with security clearances were flagged for faster handling. The Department of Motor Vehicles would check for ownership of vans. Only 4 employees were brought in. The personnel manager, Fisk's secretary, Dandridge from Bader Chemical, and Gateway's chief accountant. No telephones were used to summon the employees to this late-night meeting in the plant. Agents called at their houses and stated their business privately. Look them over before you tell them why you want them, Crawford said. Don't let them use that telephone after. This kind of news travels fast. They'd hoped for a quick identification from the teeth. None of the 4 employees recognized them. Graham looked down the long corridors lit with red exit signs. Damn, it felt right. What else could they do tonight? Crawford had requested that the woman from the Brooklyn Museum, Miss Harper, be flown out as soon as she could travel. Probably that would be in the morning. The St. Louis Police Department had good service van. She could sit in it and watch the employees go in. If they didn't hit it tonight, all traces of the operation would be removed from Gateway before work started in the morning. Graham didn't kid himself. They'd be lucky to have a whole day to work before the word got out at Gateway. The Dragon would be watching for anything suspicious. He'd fly. Chapter 46. A late supper with Ralph Mandy had seemed all right. Reba McLean knew she had to tell him sometime, and she didn't believe in leaving things hanging. Actually, she thought Mandy knew what was coming when she insisted on going to Dutch. She told him in the car as he took her home that it was no big deal. She'd had a lot of fun with him and wanted to be his friend, but she was involved with somebody now. Maybe he was hurt a little, but she knew he was relieved a little too. He was pretty good about it, she thought. At her door, he didn't ask to come in. He did ask to kiss her goodbye, and she responded gladly. He opened her door and gave her the keys. He waited until she was inside and had closed the door and locked it. When he turned around, Dollahide shot him in the throat and twice in the chest. 3 punts from the silenced pistol. A scooter is louder. Dollahide lifted Mandy's bodily easy and laid him between the shrubs and the house and left him there. Seeing Reba kiss Mandy had stabbed Dollahide deep, then the pain left him for good. He still looked and sounded like Francis Dollahide. The Dragon was a very good actor. He played Dollahide well. Reba was washing her face when she heard the doorbell. It rang 4 times before she got there. She touched the chain, but it didn't take it off. What is it? Francis Dollahide. She eased the door open, still on the chain. Tell me again? Dollahide, it's me. She knew it was. She took off the chain. Reba did not like surprises. I thought you said you'd call me, Dee. I would have, but there's an emergency, really, he said, clapping the chloroformed cloth over her face as he stepped inside. The street was empty. Most of the houses were dark. He carried her to the van. Ralph Mandy's feet stuck out of the shrubbery into the yard. Dollahide didn't bother with him anymore. She woke on the ride. She was on her side, her cheek in the dusty carpet of the van, transmission whined loud in her ear. She tried to bring her hands to her face. The movement mashed her bosom. Her forearms were stuck together. She felt them with her face. They were bound together from her elbows to her wrists with what felt like soft strips of cloth. Her legs were tied the same way, from knees to ankles. Something was across her mouth. What the... Dee was at the door. And then she remembered twisting her face away in terrible strength of him. Oh Lord, what was it? Dee was at the door, and then she was suddenly choking on something cold, and she tried to twist her face away, but with a terrible grip on her head. She was in Dee's van now. She recognized the resonances. The van was going. Fear ballooned in her. Her instinct said to be quiet, but the fumes were in her throat. Chloroform and gasoline. She retched against the gag. Dee's voice. It won't be long now. She felt a turn. They were going on gravel now, rocks pinging under the fenders and floorboard. He's crazy, all right. That's it. Crazy. Crazy is a fearsome word. What was it? Ralph Mandy? He must have seen them at her house. It set him off. Christ Jesus, get it already. A man had tried to slap her once at Riker Institute. She was quiet and he couldn't find her. He couldn't see either, or as one fucking well could see. Get it already. Get ready to talk. God, you could kill me with this gag in my mouth. God, you could be killing me and not understand I was saying. Be ready. Have it all ready. And don't say, huh? Tell him he can back out. No damage. I won't tell. Be passive as long as you can. If you can't be passive, wait until you can find his eyes. The van stopped. The van rocked as he got out, side doors sliding open, grass and hot tires on the air. Crickets. He came in the van. In spite of herself, she squealed into the gag and twisted her face away from him when he touched her. Soft pats on the shoulder didn't stop her writhing. A stinging slap across the face did. She tried to talk into the gag. She was lifted, carried. His footsteps hollow on the ramp. She was sure where she was now. His house. Where in his house? Clock ticking to the right, rug, then floor. The bedroom where they did it. She was sinking in his arms, felt the bed under her. She tried to talk into the gag. He was leaving. Noise outside. Van door slammed. Here he comes. Setting something on the floor. Metal cans. She smelled gasoline. Reba. Dee's voice all right, but so calm, so terribly calm and strange. Reba, I don't know what to say to you. You felt so good and you don't know what I did for you. And I was wrong, Reba. You made me weak, and then you hurt me. She tried to talk into the gag. If I untie you and let you sit up, will you be good? Don't try to run, I can catch you. Will you be good? She twisted her head toward the voice to nod. A touch of cold steel against her skin, whisper of a knife through the cloth, and her arms are free. Now her legs. Her cheeks were wet where the gag came off. Carefully and slowly she sat up on the bed. Take your best shot. Dee, she said, I don't know you cared this much about me. I'm glad you feel that way, but see, you scared me with this. No answer. She knew he was there. Dee, was it old dumb Ralph Mandy that made you mad? Did you see him at my house? That's it, isn't it? I was telling him I don't want to see him anymore, because I want to see you. I'm never going to see Ralph again. Ralph died, Dollahide said. I don't think he liked it very much. Fantasy. He's making it up. Jesus, do I hope. I've never hurt you, Dee. I never wanted to. Let's just be friends and hug and have a good time and forget about this. Shut up, he said calmly. I'll tell you something. The most important thing you'll ever hear. Sermon on the Mount, important. 10 Commandments, important. Got it? Yes, Dee, Shut up, Reba. Some remarkable events have happened in Birmingham and Atlanta. Do you know what I'm talking about? She shook her head. It's been in the news a lot. 2 groups of people were changed. Leeds and Jacoby. The police think they were murdered. Do you know now? She started to shake her head, and she did know, and slowly she nodded. Do you know what they call the being that visited those people? You can say, the tooth. A hand gripped her face, cutting off the sound. Think carefully and answer correctly. It's dragon something. Dragon. Red dragon? He was close to her. She could feel his breath on her face. I am the dragon. Leaping back, driven by the volume and terrible timbre of his voice, she slammed against the headboard. The dragon wants you, Reba. He always has. I didn't want to give him to him. I did a thing for you today so he couldn't have you, and I was wrong. This was Dee. She could talk to Dee. Please don't let him have me. He won't. Please don't. You wouldn't. I'm for you. Keep me with you. You like me. I know you too. I haven't made up my mind yet. Maybe I can't help giving you to him. I don't know. I'm going to see if you do as I tell you. Will you? Can I depend on you? I'll try. I will try. Don't scare me too much or I can't. Get up, Reba. Stand by the bed. Do you know where you are in the room? She nodded. Do you know where you are in the house? Don't you? You wandered around the house while I was asleep, didn't you? Asleep? Don't be stupid. When we spent the night here, you went through the house, didn't you? Did you find something odd? Did you take it and show it to somebody? Did you do that, Reba? I just went outside. You were asleep and I went outside, I promise. Then you know where the front door is, don't you? She nodded. Reba, feel on my chest. Bring your hands up slowly. Try for his eyes. His thumb and fingers touched lightly on each side of her windpipe. Don't do what you're thinking, or I'll squeeze. Just feel on my chest, just at my throat. Feel the key on the chain. Take it off over my head. Careful. That's right. Now I'm going to see if I can trust you. Go close the front door and lock it, and bring me back the key. Go ahead. I'll wait right here. Don't try to run, I can catch you. She held the key in her hand, the chain tapping against her thigh. It was harder navigating in her shoes, but she kept them on. The ticking clock helped. Rug, then floor. Rug again. Loom of the sofa. Go to the right. What's my best shot? Which? Fool along with him? Go for it. Did the others fool along with him too? She felt dizzy from deep breathing. Don't be dizzy. Don't be dead. It depends on whether the door is open. Find out where he is. Am I going right? She knew where she was. It's about 5 more steps. The voice was from the bedroom, all right. She felt air on her face. The door was half open. She kept her body between the door and the voice behind her. She slipped the key into the keyhole below the knob, on the outside. Now through the door fast, making herself pull it too, and turn the key. Down the ramp, no cane, trying to remember what the van was. Running. Into what? A bush. Screaming now. Screaming. On a gravel run. A truck horn far away. Highway that way. A fast walk and trot and run fast as she could, veering when she felt grass instead of gravel, zigging down the lane. Behind her, footsteps coming fast and hard, running in the gravel. She stooped and picked up a handful of rocks, waited until he was close and flung them, heard them thump on him. A shove on her shoulder spun her, a big arm under her chin, round her neck, squeezing. Blood roared in her ears. She kicked backward, hit his shin as she became increasingly quiet. In 2 hours, the list of white male employees 20 to 50 years old who owned vans was complete. There were 26 names on it. Missouri DMV provided hair color from a driver's license information, but it was not used as an exclusionary factor. The dragon might wear a wig. Fisk's secretary, Miss Trillman, made copies of the list and passed them around. Lieutenant Fogel was going down the list of names when his beeper went off. Fogel spoke to his headquarters briefly on the telephone, then put his hand on the receiver. Mr. Crawford, Jack, one of Ralph Mandy, white male, 38, was found shot to death a few minutes ago in University City. That's in the middle of town, close to Washington University. He was in the front yard of a house occupied by a woman named Reba McLean. The neighbor said she works for Bader. Her door's unlocked and not home. Dandridge, Crawford called. Reba McLean, what about her? She works in the darkroom. She's blind. She's from someplace in Colorado. Do you know if Ralph Mandy? Mandy, Dandridge said. Randy? Mandy? Ralph Mandy. He work here? A check of the roll showed he didn't. Coincidence, maybe? Fogel said. Maybe, Crawford said. I hope it's nothing happened to Reba, Miss Trillman said. You know her? Graham said. I've talked with her several times. What about Mandy? I don't know him. The only man I've seen her with, I saw her getting into Mr. Dollarhide's van. Mr. Dollarhide's van, Miss Trillman? What color is Mr. Dollarhide's van? Let's see, dark brown, maybe black. Where does Mr. Dollarhide work? Crawford said. He's a production supervisor, Fix said. Where's his office? Right down the hall. Crawford turned to speak to Graham, but he was already moving. Mr. Dolarhyde's office was locked. A passkey from maintenance worked. Graham reached in and flipped on the light. He stood still in the doorway. His eyes went over the room. It was extremely neat. No personal items were in sight. The bookshelf had only technical manuals. The desk lamp was on the left side of the chair, so he was right-handed. Need a left thumbprint fast off a right-handed man. Well, let's toss it for a clipboard, he said to Crawford. Behind him in the hall, he used his left thumb on the clip. They had started on drawers when the desk appointment calendar caught Graham's eye. He flipped back to the scribbled pages to Saturday, June 28th, the date of Jacoby's killing. The calendar was unmarked on Thursday and Friday before that weekend. He flipped forward to the last week of July. The Thursday and Friday were blank. There was a note on Wednesday. It said, AM 552, 3:45 to 6:15. He flipped forward to the last week in July. The Thursday and Friday were blank. Graham copied the entry. I want to find out where this flight goes. Let me do it. You go ahead here, Crawford said. He went to a telephone across the hall. Graham was looking at a tube of denture adhesive in the bottom of this drawer when Crawford called from the door. Goes to Atlanta, Will. Let's take him out. Chapter 48. Water cold on Reba's face, running in her hair, dizzy. Something hard under her, sloping. She turned her head. Wood under her. A cold, wet towel wiped her face. Are you all right, Reba? Dolarhyde's calm voice. She shied from the sound. Breathed deeply. A minute passed. Do you think you can stand up? Try to stand up. She could stand with his arm around her. Her stomach heaved. He waited until the spasm passed. Up the ramp. Do you remember where you are? She nodded. Take the key out of the door, Reba. Come inside. Now lock it and put the key around my neck. Hang it around my neck. Good. Let's just be sure it's locked. She heard the knob rattle. That's good. Now go into the bedroom. You know the way. She stumbled and went down on her knees, her head bowed. He lifted her by the arms and supported her into the bedroom. Sit in this chair. She sat. Give her to me now. She struggled to rise. Big hands on her shoulders held her down. Sit still or I can't keep him off you, Dolarhyde said. Her mind was coming back. It didn't want to. Please try, she said. Reba, it's all over for me. He was up, doing something. The odor of gasoline was very strong. Put out your hand. Feel this. Don't grab it, feel it. She felt something like steel nostrils, slick inside, the muzzle of a gun. That's a shotgun, Reba, a 12-gauge Magnum. Do you know what it will do? She nodded. Take your hand down. The cold muzzle rested in the hollow of her throat. Reba, I wish I could have trusted you. I wanted to trust you. He sounded like he was crying. You felt so good. He was crying. So did you, Dee. I love it. Please don't hurt me now. It's all over for me. I can't leave you to him. You know what he'll do. Bawling now. You know what he'll do. He'll bite you to death. Better you go with me. She heard a match struck, smelled sulfur, heard a whoosh, heat in the room, smoke, fire. The thing she feared most in the world. Fire. Anything was better than that. She hoped the first shot killed her. She tensed her legs to run. Blubbering. Reba, I can't stand to watch you burn. The muzzle left her throat. Both barrels of the shotgun went off at once as she came to her feet. Ears numbed, she thought she was shot, thought she was dead. Felt the heavy thump of the floor more than she heard it. Smoke now, and the crackle of flames. Fire. Fire brought her to herself. She felt the heat on her arms and face. Out. She stepped on legs, stumbled choking into the foot of the bed. Stoop low, they said, under the smoke. Don't run. You'll bump into things and die. She was locked in. Walking, stooping low, fingers trailing on the floor. She found legs. Other end. She found hair. A hairy flap. Put her hand in something soft below the hair. Only plump, sharp bone splinters and a loose eye in it. Key around his neck. Hurry. Both hands on the chain, legs under her. Snatch. The chain broke, and she fell backwards, scrambling up again. Turned around confused, trying to listen with her numbed ears over the crackle of the flames. Side of the bed. Which side? She stumbled on the body, tried to listen. Bong, bong. The clock striking. Into the living room. Take a right. Throat seared with the smoke. Bong, bong. Door here. Under the knob. Don't drop it. clicked the lock, snatched open. Air down the ramp. Air collapsed in the grass. Up ahead, on her knees and hands, crawling. She came on her knees to clap, picking up the house echo and crawled away from it, breathing deep until she could stand, walk, run until she hit something, run again. Chapter 49. Locating Francis Dollarhide's house was not so easy. The address listed at Gateway was a post office box in St. Charles. Even the St. Charles Sheriff's Department had to check a service map at the power company office to be sure. The Sheriff's Department welcomed St. Louis SWAT on the other side of the river, and the caravan moved quietly up State Highway 94. A deputy beside Graham in the lead car showed the way. Crawford leaned between them from the back seat and sucked at something in his teeth. They met at light traffic at the north end of St. Charles, a pickup full of children, a Greyhound bus, a tow truck. They saw the glow as they cleared the northern city limits. "That's it," the deputy said. "That's where it is." Graham put his foot down. The glow brightened and swelled as they roared up the highway. Crawford snapped his fingers from the microphone. "All units, this house is burning down. Watch it now. It may be coming out. Sheriff, let's have a roadblock here, if you will." A thick column of sparks and smoke leaned southeast over the fields, hanging over them now. "Here," the deputy said. "Turn in on this gravel." They saw the woman then, silhouetted black against the fire, saw her as she heard them and raised her arms at them. Then the great fire blasted outward, burning beams and window frames describing low, high arcs into the night sky. The blazing van rocked on its side, orange tracery of the burning trees suddenly blown out and dark. The ground shuddered as the explosion whoomp rocked the police cars. The woman was face down in the road, Crawford and Graham and the deputies out, running to her as the fire drained in the road, some running past with her, their weapons drawn. Crawford took Reba from a deputy batting sparks from her hair. He held her arms, face close to hers, red in the firelight. "Francis Dollarhide," he said. He shook her gently. "Francis Dollarhide, where is he?" "He's in there," she said, raising her stained hand toward the heat, letting it fall. "He's dead in there." "Do you know that?" Crawford peered into her sightless eyes. "I was with him." "Tell me, please." "He shot himself in the face. I put my hand in it. He set fire to the house. He shot himself. I put my hand in it. He was on the floor. Can I sit down?" "Yes," Crawford said. He got into the back of the police car with her. He put his arms around her and let her cry into his jowl. Graham stood in the road and watched the flames until his face was red and sore. The winds aloft whipped the smoke across the moon. Thank you. That was part 14 of Red Dragon. Thank you for listening, and good night.